Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, it's Monday, we're right back to the top of the workshop looking at the top performing map of the moment, and it's this one. It's very nice, it's 100% vanilla, apart from the theme and LUT, but we'll get to that. It's a volcanic island map inspired by the coast of California. Create a second map, and then we'll follow that one with today's second map, which will be a volcanic island map inspired by New Zealand. Also that creator's second map, and also 100% vanilla. Lots in common today. Now, one thing you might be aware of, you might have missed Friday's show. It was late uploading, there were problems. It's live. I will link that one at the end of today's show if you happen to have missed it. Right, before we do anything though, I've got a little daily task for you. That's right, doing daily tasks is a very good way of keeping your finger very, 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 very active. Thank you for your activity. Today's first map is Pavana Vanilla Assets by It'sJalex. Now, if you recognise the name It'sJalex, it's because we did them in episode 1568, their first map, where they got 11 stars. That was a Vale Valley. And this map is just a little bit better. Just a little bit better. There's your start square. That's quite inspiring. I like that. I like that a lot. Terrain heights across the map. We've got that ridge of mountains and then nice buildable space. It's a nice shaped island. It's beautifully designed. Thank you. The resources, a bit of painting here and there, but do you know what? I think it works. So I'm not complaining. And then if you've got Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, it's not the most exciting of fishing maps, but it's still a fishing map. You can't argue that. Okay then, off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, nothing. It's 100% vanilla. We'll be using a theme mix, Not So Rocky Hills map theme mixed in with Owl's Tropicity theme for the sand. Now, it would be nice if the theme mixer was linked in. Theme Mixer 2 was linked in on this page. So that you, if you've never used the theme mix before and you've got no idea where to start, saying that I'm using a theme mix, it doesn't help. It doesn't help. So yeah, having it linked in, not necessarily in the required items. I don't think that's a required item, but just on that in that description, just link it across, and that make it a bit easier, a little bit easier for those with. Look at the shape of this bridge. Look at the shape and the design of this bridge. It's just a nice swooping little left-right shape, and it's beautifully done. Very beautifully done, like most of the rest of the map, by the way. Just saying that now. Like in the way we've even tied in these little sandy islands with it, and of course we've got the shipwreck. Of course we've got the shipwreck. Of course, you can't have sandy islands without shipwrecks. Anyways, so yes, there's that. Also, LUT. Relight Neutral is what we're using today. Of course, if you don't want to use a custom theme and LUT, you want to go, just 100% vanilla, this map will load absolutely fine for you. It'll just look more base gamey in terms of the aesthetics. But you still get the overall shape, and you'll have all of the roads, and you'll have all of the trees, and you'll still be able to have a fine game with it. It'll probably still look very nice. It just won't look as punchy as with the custom theme mix and the custom LUT. That's the price you pay. That is the price you pay. Anyway, where were we? We're following the highways. The highways just, it's off the Sanctum Gamer mold, this one. We have one highway running across the map from one end to the other. It's a little bit more elevated than the Sanctum Gamer map, with the hills spiking around. When I say that, I'm talking about the map pack. Obviously, Sanctum Gamer has made hills in the past. They're not a completely defunct creator. They know what they're doing as well. But this particular map, considering the lack of experience of this creator, is very neat. Now, this is the side of the map where there is less buildable space, and look up there in front of us, there's plenty of decent enough buildable space over there. We're not talking about a huge grid city on this map, but there is a decent enough amount of space on each side to have a fun build on this one. Probably a once through gameplay, but it's going to be a very good once through gameplay. That said, there's always people saying, no, I'll play that one till I die. I love that one so much. Good. It's just, if it were me, it would be a once through gameplay. I'd have one good build on it, and then I'd go and find another map to build on. Start Square intersection is another dreamy intersection, another dreamy trumpet. Very neatly done, 100% vanilla again. No custom roads thrown in there. We do have a dead end here, which is fine, and the way it's cleared directly in front just like entices you to start building. It just says, yeah, and what you're going to do next, right? And look at all that buildable space there with the fields, and you've got a little hilly area over there as well, which I don't really spend a lot of time focusing on that little hilly area, but I like that it's there because it's just going to break things up a little bit for you. It's all very nice. We've got rail as well. Not really going to follow the rail because the rail does basically what you'd expect it to do because of the standard of the highways that we've just looked at. So we're going to more or less ignore it. We'll have a look at the dead end where the rail stops, but you'll get the gist of it. Now, shipping routes, because it's an island map, we want some nice shipping routes, and I can tell you we have got some nice shipping routes. No complaints with these whatsoever. Let me just bring the camera back down here for you. There we go. And you can see we've got air routes there as well. Air routes are fine. It's very hard to do a bad air route. If you keep it simple, air routes, honestly, it's just a straight line across the map, as long as you put it in the right place. Shipping route goes very nicely through the big old bridge there. Everybody loves the big old bridge. But yes, air route's just a straight line across the map, and yeah, kind of good, as long as it's in the right area. Shipping routes, ships can do funny things. And so this shipping route's fine. That works absolutely wonderfully for what this map needs. So credit for that one. Okay, a water flow in the start square actually is very nice. Doesn't look like the deepest, fastest flowing river. It's fast enough, you'd say. So, yeah, good. But we have a second river coming in the start square from the other side too. So you can pump and draw separately, and you would be absolutely fine. It's very nicely done. Very credibly done. Right, okay, the mountain ridge that runs up here. I just like the shapes of these mountains. These are very nicely done. I don't know whether these have been hand-drawn. If they're hand-drawn, they are beautifully hand-drawn. Or if they are from a height map, or they've been imported and maybe played about with in Photoshop just to get the shapes looking good. Either way, I think these have been done very nicely. I think they work so well on the map, and the theme works, the not so rocky theme works so well with them too. It's a big winner for me. I do have one. Oh, of course, I've got a little grumble coming. I can hear you back here going, when's he going to grumble? Of course, I've got a little one coming. Like this one over here. Back to where we started, but a little further back. Okay, so we're right close to the edge of the map here. Got a little bit of road glitching along here. Now, I always allow one minor thing on the map. If it's going to be a 5-star map, I'll allow something. I would call this the minor thing. It's so minor, and it is right at the edge of the map. You thought we started at the edge, didn't you? We didn't. We could have gone back a little bit further, but not much. We got some sort of semi-dry rivers, and I love these. The grumble is actually going to be about rivers, but it's a minor. This is going to be one of the most contentious grumbles. But I love this. Again, absolutely on this map. Absolutely love this. Little dry river going up there. A little bit of a hint of water at the bottom. Beautifully done. And here as well, we've got another semi-dry river. We've got water at the bottom and the dry part at the top there. That is just, it's beautifully done. I give credit. I give it credit. Okay, now I'm going to be complaining about rivers, which means I'm going to start complaining now, yeah? Well, no, not yet. It's coming. It's coming. But this is the main river. This is the most important part of the map. This river, most important map. Oh, hang on. Over here. Rail, destination. There you go. We've got everybody's favourite factory and the overgrown rail lines as well. This is why we have Anarchy switched on for these flyovers, to allow people to do that kind of detailing underneath the highways. Can cause problems elsewhere. We'll get to that in a minute, I guess. Like over here. Look, now this bridge got pillars in the middle of the river. Maybe the pillars could be one on either side, close to the edge of the river. Possibly. And also you'll notice we've got a little bit of there you go, not just the moss, but we've also got some rocks clipping through the underside of the highway there and here. So by the same benefit that the rail is getting, the highways are losing. That's your oh, hang on, and we've got one drowned tree. I think this is the only one I found on the entire map. It's got its trunks on, it's fine. But yes, we've got In terms of detailing, the map is almost beautifully on point. Now we do have a waterfall coming out of the volcano, which is nice. I'm just going to say, compared to the rest of the map, I don't feel that this waterfall really captures the splendor of the rest of the map. It's nice, but I don't think it quite lives up as a showpiece area. I think it's nice. It's not like, here, let's look at this. Oh, wow, this is wow, yeah? Love the bay here. I love this little waterfall down here. I love this waterfall way more than I love that big one. And that big one should be like the one that makes you go, oh, wow. Okay, now let's talk about the thing I'm not so excited about with these rivers. I like this, but they're a bit chubby. Do you know what I mean by chubby? They're a little bit wider than I would like them to be. Now, I appreciate it's Cities Skylines, so we're not going to be expecting true realism. But I still feel that these could be a little bit thinner, like up here. Just, you know, you've got... I mean, this should be a tiny little stream right up here. And the spawn point is actually a little bit bulbous up here as well. Again, it's very difficult to do. Very, very difficult to do. Oh, there's a little drowned tree in there as well. But... I'd say the rivers are all, the upper stream rivers are just a wee bit chubbier on this map than I would like them to be. The fields are great shape. The fields are an absolute great shape. Let's talk more about the good stuff. I like these. These will help shape the city to not be a grid city. And that's cool. We've got a couple of desert islands. Like this one. This is way out. This is way, way out. I think I would have liked the old, the standard spelt out the word help in logs of it. I think that would have worked really well on this desert island because it's way out in the middle of nowhere. Doesn't even need to be there. We've actually got some very nice undersea sand painting as well. This island is a close-up. It's a bit of a loss. I don't know why we even bothered with that one. But actually, when we come back to the land, where you'd be mostly looking at it from, I think it just adds a little bit of interest to the distance, to the horizon. So I'm okay with it. Just don't get too close to that one. Anyway, what do you think of today's first map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now or the link in the description. It will take you to the voting page where you can vote for free. But make sure you're voting on Pavana, because there are, of course, 2 maps. Another one coming up after the intermission. What do I think of Pavana Vanilla Assets by It's Gillex? Well, aesthetically, I really like this. I really like this. Do I like it enough to give it 5 stars? I'm going to say the chubbiness of those upstream rivers is just enough, really, for me. And also, that I think that waterfall coming out the mountain could be a little bit more wow. But it's still a high 4 from me. So there. Detailing, I'd say most of the same. We've got a few little glitchy bits here and there, but the standards are very high and very well thought out. And I'm going to go matching it with a very high 4. For gameplay potential, again, I think this works brilliantly. It's just one of those maps that for me has just a few little tweaky things that I'm going to want to fix before I play it properly, and that drops it down just a little bit. So I'm going to match that very high 4. It's very high 4s, not quite pushing 5 stars, but superb, superb work from me. I think, without any question of amount, Pavana Vanilla Assets, it's going to get the BonBonB seal of approval. It's Gillex, the best a map can get. I've been saving that one up. And then we've got second map coming up right after this brief intermission. And so on with today's second map. This is the longest waiting creator request map on the list, and it's fine. It's a real life location inspired map. Fantastic. It's a fantasy map. All right. Okay. It's a fantasy map, but it's inspired by a real life location. It's a volcanic island map as covered. We spoke at the start of the show. It's not really an island. This is my favourite sort of map, where you take a real life location and you make it something completely different. If you can recognise it, it is visible from space. And we'll do exactly that with Google Earth in a few moments' time. Are you ready? Good. Today's second map is Mokupuni Mauna Vanilla Map by Robin. Okay, Robin, you've done a pretty decent job. This is one of those maps that, while it's not going to set the workshop alight, it's very solid. There's your start square. That looks pretty playable to me. No complaints with that. Terrain heights, yes, it's volcanic island, isn't it? So spiky in the middle, yeah, spiky. We've got strong resources. It's a very strong resource map. Lovely, good work. Lots of offshore oil if you want it as well. If you've got Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, your fishing map is okay. Not very exciting, but it's not always about the fish. And then off to the workshop. Well, this is a 100% vanilla map. We're using mass transit. You will need mass transit for this one. Otherwise, it will be a little bit broken in places. And the Seychelles map theme. Now, it says here it's actually imported height map from Egmont National Park. Here's New Zealand. Okay. Can you see it? You can. Yeah, I promise you, you can. It's there. See that little black dot with a little white head on the top? There we go. Yes, protective forests around the outside of the mountain, and sirens coming for the BonBonBingo players. Here it comes. I think this is a an ambulance, probably. But anyway, there you go. Yes, it's spiky. It is an ambulance. You want to get any louder, mate? Lovely. I got to move. Anyway, yes, so Egmont National Park, flooded, global warming and all that. Okay, lots of decent standards on today's map, and a few talking points. First of all, you imagine there's going to be shipping routes going through here, wouldn't you? You would imagine there's going to be shipping routes. You'd be right. Okay. Now, get ready for some wonky camera control. I tried recording this 3 times over, and this is my best version, so I'm going to roll with it. Okay. So I just want to show you that, because this is the sort of area where you go, there'll be pillars on that railway line. And if I can just get the camera to stand, I promise you this is the best. This is the best I could do. But look, no pillars. Nicely split, one lane going on either way, one track even going on either side of the bridge. And at this point, I think, do you know what? You can tell, can't you? It goes around the outside, and then it merges back in without any pillar clipping there either. So yeah, just wanted to say that's good work, and I like it when it's done, because it just sort of highlights that that's a shipping passing place, which is very neat. Then we have this entry island, which is just very nicely done again, with the way that the highways just split either way. Just some nice stuff here. Now, we do have some trees on the undersides of the road, and yes, anarchy and all that, and or bulldozer, or move it. Plenty of options. It's not a big deal to remove them. And it will be out of your 25 tiles, I believe. I've not checked, but it's probably out of 25 tiles. So is it something you're going to notice? Maybe not. But anyway, we've got a very slick looking wishbone intersection here. Very slick, very curvy, and very clean. And then, like I say, ignore the trees under the roads. I am. But they're there for those of you that are bothered about tree counts and trees that are hiding underneath roads. If you're playing 100% vanilla, most of those are going to just disappear. They'll just disappear, and it is a vanilla map, so technically, I guess, it isn't the problem. But it kind of is important to me. In my heart of hearts, as a map snob now, I feel that it's... See, nicely cleared here. It's not that the highways aren't cleared, it's just that there's some areas where we've got a few minor problems here and there. Minor ones. Just little ones. It's okay. Anyway, the highway circles the island. The island is pretty circular, as you could tell from the Egmont top-down view. It is like a circular protected forest. So I would say don't chop down any trees inside of this ring road. I think that's probably the way... What's this? Yeah, I think that's probably the way to go. This looks odd. Hang on. No, it's just a pillar. It's a stray pillar that's just got stuck there for some reason, and it's not going to break anything. But I would either delete it, or if in doubt, leave it there, but just drop it down below the surface of the ground, and that should do exactly the same job. There we go. Well, exactly the same job, except for you're using a building. As part of your buildings count, that one. We're going to let it live there. We're going to let it live. Anyway, down here to a... big on motorbike there. It's going to be one of those shows, I feel. Anyway, we've got a very slick looking intersection again here. Yes, now we're using mass transit, so the lane mathematics could be a little bit more polished. For example, here we've got 5 lanes running down into 3, so maybe that could have been 4. I think 4 running down into 3 isn't a big problem, or 4 going into 4 maybe, or something. But 5 running down to 3, there's room for some lane polishing, but it's not, again, it's not the worst thing in the world, and not anything I'm that bothered about really. So anyway, we've got a teardrop shaped island with spikes on it, which is just a pleasing thing. And you've got to bear in mind also, because this is a custom made shaped island, this is I mean, there's going to be certain amounts that once the area got flooded might have followed a certain pattern. But yeah, around here we've got some nice beaches. Seychelles map theme always gives you nice beaches. Oh, the realistic 1.2 LUT, of course. I didn't mention that, but you knew that one. You didn't need me to tell you, did you? We've got one river on the map. This is fine. This is fine. On the whole, I would say this is a good river. There's 1 or 2 trees encroaching onto the river, especially at the top. A few of them along here, you go, well, yeah, but yeah, trees, it's tropical, and yeah, I get it. But you will spot 1 or 2 at the top, which are just a little bit too naughty. And yeah, now, of course, true realism be damned, because again, with City Skylines, yeah, if we're only working with a small area, you can't have a full river system. It just doesn't quite work that way. They're fine, but this little fella there, right in the middle, yeah, not so sure about him there. And we've got a little lake spawn point at the top. I'm okay with that. Comparing it to the previous map, I actually think that river system looks and feels a little bit more believable. Spiky's okay, and then of course the tree transition's very nice as well. It just starts off really light and it gets thicker and more dense as we get down into the forested area. So there's definitely a lot of good work along here, and we haven't spammed lots of trees on the beaches as well. Now the islands, I don't know if I'm really sold on the shape. I don't mind the sizes of them, and the location's kind of okay, but the pattern, I don't know about the geology. Like here, but did this just separate from the land? Was there tectonic movements? Was there is this eroded away? These islands are kind of like, I buy those away a little bit there, but this spike coming out this way indicates there might be islands coming down this way, instead of going off to the left. So maybe if the shape had gone more that, what I'm saying is I'm not entirely sure. I believe in this area. I like it. I don't love it. I don't believe it. Okay, these I believe. These are sort of islands that just sort of like dotted around. You go, yeah, actually no, they're fine. They're fine. But yeah, just the shape of that main island ridge is just something I don't know I'm not too sure about. The Essential Lighthouse, isn't she lovely? Nicely done. Actually, yeah, nicely done. Credit for the Essential Lighthouse. One more island to have a look at. It's this one. Yeah, okay. These sort of things are fine. I think given the sort of map that we are and its location, I would have liked that to be predominantly sandy rather than green. Or if there's going to be green, I'd like to see some vegetation on it. But yeah, that's it. That's the map. That's the map. Build around the outsides, build on the islands, maybe go for the airport on the Long Island. Lots of options. But what do you think of it? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now or the link in the description. It will take you to the voting page where you can vote for free. But make sure you're voting on Mokupuni Mauna by Robin, because of course there are 2 maps to vote on today. Right, what do I think of Makapuni Morna? It's probably Moana. I don't know. Anyway, aesthetically, it's fine. It's fine. I like it. I don't love it, but I like it. I think the overall aesthetics are very clean, are very crisp. It's very nice, well, very nicely well done. I just think the design, those offshore islands, I don't buy them. And so I can't really go into that 4th star, but I'm going to go for a high 3. It wins. Detailing, on the whole, some very nice standards, held back by just lots of trees under the highways and things, and that pillar in the road, little stuff. I can't give it a 4th star, but we're close. It's a high 3. Gameplay potential, I think we're going to do exactly the same again. It's not going to let you down. If you're looking to play on a map like this, it's going to be fine. You're going to want to bulldoze some trees as you go, but that's going to be the case anyway. I'm going to go, again, very high 3. It's fine. It's a map that won't let you down. It's a pass mark. Mokupuni Mauna, vanilla map by Robin. Pass mark from me. Absolutely fine. If you're looking for a map like this, there are plenty to choose from, and that is one that is not gonna disappoint you, is it? I don't think so anyway. Anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. Thanks to everybody who supports me over on Patreon and on YouTube membership. Yes, and you know how to get within, don't you? Yeah. Use the word of the day in the comments to prove you're part of the 20 and out elite, and then you are within that group. What's the word of the day? There might be a clue somewhere on the screen right now. Thanks for watching. I'll be back very, very soon. Have a great day.